All right. We're back.
You're still chewing.
I am. We're
You're not
back.
supposed to start the podcast when you're chewing.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Burp.
I'm good.
Chew.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Just gross.
That's what I do.
Boys are gross.
Boys are gross.
Captain Hot Topic in the house.
Yeah.
That's me. You've heard my name many times on this podcast.
Everyone
probably.
has.
Yeah. We have discussed you at quite a bit of length.
Many times.
Yeah.
Not at length,
No, I guess
but
not.
multiple times.
You got to mention most podcasts.
You get mentioned a lot.
I know. I'm incredibly honored.
Yeah.
People really do care.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know if they care, but you're around a lot, so you're you're a topic of conversation.
Yeah.
Shut your phone off.
Yeah. I'm busy trying to book door guys here.
I know. So what's going on, man? So we got Alex in the house. He's here to promote his birthday show.
Absolutely. September 3rd here at the one and only Lucky 13 Saloon.
Wow.
It's my birthday show as well as a benefit for Kelsey's brother, Shay, which, we have an all-star and killer lineup. It's very diverse. You have Spectral Voices headlining, everybody's favorite melodic death metal band.
Yeah.
You have
I don't know
Sonaro.
if they're everybody's favorite melodic death metal band.
They're my favorite.
Yeah.
You have Sonaro, who's coming in from Connecticut. They're kind of like Trivium in a way, like, my style of music.
Right.
Needless to say, Dishonest Escape is coming on, who's played here a couple months ago back in March, but they just tore up the Summer Slaughter stage. They played with Black Dahlia Murder and Dying Fetus and a bunch of other known death metal bands at Summer Slaughter.
Cool.
So they're brutal. Mother Harlot, who's a great up-and-coming hard rock band. Fear is Dead, who's played here numerous times. And Paranosis, who's actually playing here the day before as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I put the lineup together because a lot of them are friends of mine, and some of the first bands I discovered in the scene, as well as everybody who's playing that night all has new music out, and part of what I do at Heavy New York is to promote what the bands have been doing.
Cool.
So everybody has new records coming out. It's a night of new music.
And you started your website, Heavy New York, right?
Yeah, heavy.nyc. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Oh, he got one of the exclusive NYC prefix.
Yeah, shout out to Adam for designing it that way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think that was also one of the only URLs left. Apparently, I think there's like a workout website called like Heavy New York if you're a fat person in New York City.
Oh my God. Well, the fat acceptance movement is real.
It is. So we got a nice. See, you can weigh in on this. We got a nice 1-star review on our Facebook page.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Fuck
I love when that happens.
I love when it happens too. Wait, I got to pull it up so I can fucking read it to you. It's fucking classic.
Yeah,
I figure we can respond to him on the podcast. Melody, you can write to him. You know what I mean?
I'm going to respond publicly on Yelp because that's what I like.
No, of course.
Do.
Well, it's not on Yelp. It's
I've read a couple of things, and I noticed that you don't take bullshit, which is something I have tremendous respect for you for.
No
well,
fucking way.
it's retarded, and like I'm looking at this guy's other reviews of bands and stuff like that. I mean, of venues and stuff, and he gives like Vitus like a 2-star review. Everything's like, no, letting the drug addicts in, and I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Oh God, he probably listens to he probably listens to my music too.
He probably. Where the fuck is this thing?
Yeah.
Do you and Carlos have the same taste in music, sort of?
No, I mean
because I noticed what he was playing on Wednesday. I was like, oh God.
I mean, we both like a lot of the same bands. I mean, he's more into like a lot of European bands like Soilwork and Catatonia and stuff like that. I'm more into like.
I like some Soilwork.
I love Soilwork. Stabbing the Drama is one of my favorite albums of all time, which is something we disagree on, but. I like all different types of music, but I mean, we both got into metal through like the same route, like bands like Killswitch Engage and All That Remains, and
yeah.
The term metalcore.
I think it's an age thing, also.
Yeah,
you guys are like around the same age.
Yeah, Carlos is like a year older than me.
Yeah.
He graduated high school a year before me.
All right, I found it.
You found what? Oh, the Yelp review?
I found the Yelp review,
okay.
yeah.
What's the guy's name?
The guy's name is David Medina.
Hey, David, fuck you.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear the review yet.
Yeah, no, it's fucking great. All right. So it's like, oh my fucking God, where do I begin? This place is the epitome of what's...
It's epitome. You're worse than Frankie. Epitome.
Is that how you spell epitome?
That's how you spell epitome.
Oh, Jesus
think
that
Christ.
was amazing.
Yeah,
Keep
that was
reading,
gone.
Jeff.
That was awesome.
Better than
I mean,
Frankie. Keep it going, please. Epitome.
All right. This place is the epitome
Good job.
of what's wrong with underground metal punk scene in NYC. If they have to resort to getting Butterface strippers and porn TV to draw crowds, mainly sexual predators and drug addicts, to their events, then they should tell you how this should tell you how fucked the NYC scene is.
We only have one Butterface stripper, so I don't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Which one is that?
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, and people aren't supporting music or bands. They just want to go out being fuckboys, publicly jerking to women. They don't know what their favorite bar porn collection. That one doesn't make sense.
Oh, is he Christian?
I don't know. If Gigi Allen was alive today, he'd fling shit at all of you. If Gigi Allen was alive, he'd be fucking.
He'd love this
He would
place.
love this place.
Yeah.
And the Murder Junkies played here, and they fucking. It was great.
Yeah.
And he would be offended by Gigi Allen if he fucking.
Of course he would.
if
He would
Gigi
have
Allen
shit
was alive.
flung in his face.
Underground music, regardless of what fucking people say, look, we've lost venues and stuff like that here and there. I mean, given I'm 23, I haven't been in it that long, but like from what I've seen, the underground scene is awesome. I mean, this Saturday alone, there's like I think like 19 different shows happening.
The scene right now in New York City is fucking great.
Yeah.
And it's funny. So I went and I looked at other reviews this guy has reviewed, and he gave St. Vitus 2 stars. He gave.
Well, they got a star more than us.
Yeah, they
Because
did.
there's no porn.
Yeah, but he still said the drug addicts, like fucking letting
Yeah.
I see you let the drugs in. Like there was
Yeah.
some shit like that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
Oh, I'm pretty.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, because like they totally see you guys walking in here, like people bringing cocaine or whatever the fuck, and be like, "Oh
That's
yeah,
true.
come on."
I always
in.
bring a bag of fucking.
Yeah, we
fucking
love it
kilo
when
with me.
people come in with their
Yeah.
bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's total bullshit. And I
Oh,
mean,
so fucking stupid. And then, he did like, and there was a couple other venues. Like he gave Webster Hall a 1-star review, and he's like,
He probably lives in his mother's basement, is a virgin, is fat, and
he's got a
unattractive.
girlfriend apparently, and
I
she's
don't believe
fat.
it.
Like she's,
I don't
and I
believe
want to be like she's.
Oh, fat
not,
acceptance
she's,
movement.
She's not attractive.
Fat acceptance movement.
And he's not attractive either. So.
Well, of course he's not. He
we're gonna have
sounds
to
miserable.
Call him out on his bullshit.
Of course we are.
It'll be
of course
fun.
we are.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the scene in New York City is absolutely amazing. I hear of a different band every week, and I mean,
It's great, man. And like 15 years ago, dude, the scene was fucking. There was not many places to play. You know what I mean? There was. I mean, in Manhattan, I guess.
We went from there being a lot of places that were accepting of metal and punk to them all starting to shut down
Yeah.
to where we are now, which is
Yeah.
more. There was definitely a dead zone time. Around the time we opened Lucky 13, in the first place was when we noticed that stuff was just disappearing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, CBGB's went down.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, after Coney Island High closed, it's just been one.
There was
thing
CBGB's
after
closed, and then
another.
Continental didn't do fucking bands anymore.
Anymore,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Acme was still doing shows, but I don't even know what happened to Acme anymore.
I never
You know?
seen any
I
of
never
those
really
places.
went to. I never
No.
really went to shows at Acme.
I
Anyway.
played there a couple times. Acme was a pretty
yeah,
cool
I was
place.
there a few times.
I mean-
It
You
never went to
wasn't
Acme
like my
Underground?
spot.
No.
He's too young for that.
Yeah, I never saw CBGB's closed when I was in 7th grade. Like,
Yeah, he's
What
too
year did
young
it
for
close?
that.
2005?
but from what I understand is, I mean, if you look at Matt Sablewitz's website, New York City Metal Scene, which he updates religiously, every single date has like 14 different shows. So a lot of people think, oh, you know, the scene is dying because we have one night with only 10 people. I'm like, no, there's like 40 other fucking shows.
No, I mean sometimes the problem is there's too many shows and
Exactly.
too much shit to go through. You
On a
can't,
weekend, yes.
Yeah.
and
I mean,
even
especially I mean, between us and Vitus and I mean, Gold Sounds now is having shows. There's
Oh my
like,
God, there's
you know
an
what I mean?
awesome
There's
show
like-
happening at Gold Sounds in October that I can't wait.
Who's that?
I mean, it's my thing. So, but,
As he smirks.
36 Crazy Fists. And
Okay.
Another Day's Armor, who's a great local
How big
band.
is Gold Sounds? It's got to be pretty big. If
I mean,
they have it.
Candiria played there during their 5
they did.
year reunion tour. They played there because Black Bear closed, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really awesome venue. The sound there is great. The drinks there are good. Like it's in a cool area. Like it's off the Morgan stop, off the L train, so it's like in between Williamsburg and
Bushwick.
Bushwick.
All right.
Didn't you used to live over there? Sort of.
It's like near Roberta's Pizza.
You just told me to turn my phone off. Why is your fucking phone
my
on?
fault. My bad.
What the fuck?
I turned my phone off, and I have Metal Injection pulled up if you need the news.
we will. We'll have you do the news in a
But
few.
like, I mean, yeah, Gold Sounds is pretty cool. They have awesome shows there. They have a couple like bands. I mean, they're not like fucking Avenged Sevenfold or Disturbed or like bands like that, but they've had a lot of like
He says that like that's a bad thing.
Right.
come on.
How old are you? 23.
I'll be 24 next month.
23
Okay.
and 3/4. Yeah. I'm 23 and 7/8.
Yeah, 3/4. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'll be old enough soon.
Yeah. Well, you're aging quick though, because we met you when you were fucking 21 years old.
22.
So 20. All right. Fucking
Yeah.
time's flying, man.
Yeah, I came here.
Not.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, I came here when I was 22, but it was like 4 months after I turned 22. So like,
Isn't that funny that you even know shit like that?
Yeah. All right.
Stop paying attention.
And
to
that, so now we got to ask
Alex.
Alex, since Alex is of Jewish descent. So we should ask him about the show that's happening this weekend, if he would be slightly
I don't
offended.
even necessarily wanted to get into this. What do you know about NSBM?
NSBM,
Yeah.
nothing.
Okay, so that's a topic that you need to research. But there's a lot of black metal that falls under National Socialist
Yeah.
heading. Now, I personally think that, especially Antifa, takes it over the top, and any little thing that they see as, you know, they grab it and they run with it. So now they're calling bands like Marduk and bands like Inquisition.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous.
Which is ridiculous. And it's gotten really out of control.
As somebody whose ancestors on my mom's side was literally exterminated by the Nazis, I could tell you right now that not in my name Antifa will be saying what's wrong about this shit. I mean, look, Marduk does not sing, you know, I'm for Nazis, and they sing about World War II.
Right, correct.
It's their subject matter. Like,
Right,
there's
that's their subject matter.
There's this band called Sabaton that sings about different war stories, including, like, Sabaton has a song called Panzerkampf, which is literally talks about the Battle of Stalingrad, and it's like, into the motherland, the German army march. I mean, as somebody, I'm going to see Marduk on...
Right.
So
I know.
I'm not offended by any of this whole black metal thing. You know, I mean, people say what they want about Varg and all that stuff. To me, I'm going to these black metal shows because I love the fucking music. I
Right.
love the environment. And at these black metal shows, I would say it's like 60% Latino and
Yes,
Hispanic.
very
I've seen
often.
plenty of people of African American and colored at shows like this. When I was in art school, somebody asked me, are there any black people in the metal scene? Because it seems like such a racist form of music. And I told that teacher, you really want to go this? Sepultura, Seven Dust, God Forbid, Candiria, all these bands of all different types of styles, you know, have these different nationalities.
And you could go on. You could make a list.
Yeah, you could
but
make
it's
a
also,
huge list.
But it's also too, like, a lot of these bands do, like, I mean, of course, you know.
Like when I was in Montreal, the Graveland show got shut down by Antifa
Yeah.
because the singer is a National Socialist. But it's freedom of expression to me, and it's music.
Yeah.
You know? So what his personal views are, I don't necessarily give a shit about that. Unfortunately, this Saturday, we have a band playing here who may or may not be being targeted by Antifa, certainly upsetting a lot of people because, and I don't know why black metal, it's okay if black metal is about hate, but only if you hate white Christians. That's the only time it's okay. They are anti-Abrahamic religions and not anti-Christian religions. And so it's people are, you know, up in arms because they're anti-Jew. But they're Mexican guys.
I mean, it's totally...
They're not like white skinheads,
Yeah.
which makes me feel like, well, they're fucking Mexican guys. Like, I don't feel like you can't call them white power if they're Mexican
As
guys.
somebody whose grandfather's a Holocaust survivor and somebody like this, I mean, if people want to freaking bitch and moan about it, go right ahead. But, like, it's not going to stop me from enjoying the hell out of that show. I don't have to... Look, what I love about metal is that you get different inputs from all types of the spectrum. You know, you have bands like Rage Against the Machine or System of a Down that, you know, leans more towards the left side of things.
Super left.
Yeah, and then like there are bands like you know, I mean, you could say what you want about the guy, but you know, you have people like Dave Mustaine of Megadeth
Who's into God.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of white Trump guys play here that were fucking talking about Jesus on stage, and that makes me insane. But people have a right to their opinions and
that's it.
freedom
Listen,
of speech, freedom of expression.
And I think, you know, for us, like we do. Listen, we let a Christian band play here. We let a satanic band play here.
We'll let a satanic mass happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, so it's been
So I'm getting all this shit about this show that's happening here on Saturday, and it's really starting to piss me off.
I mean, I think those people just need to get a life. I think there's better things. Look, on that same day, there's a freaking white power Aryan Brotherhood protesting against Google because of what happened recently in Virginia. Why don't you go fucking protest against
fuck
that
with that
shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that is a real problem,
Yes.
and that is people saying this and that and that. No, I think if you really want to protest and go against racism and stuff like that, which there are issues regarding that. I think there's better targets than people who just want to enjoy music.
Well, and that's it. I mean, a lot of music is an art form. It's a freedom of expression.
And it's also supposed to. This is metal. It's supposed to be controversial.
It is, and Antifa would have shut bands down, back in the day, like Carnivore, SOD.
They basically
MOD,
stopped the whole Destroyer 666 tour from happening. It was booked, and they said they were going to protest it, and then all the promoters here dropped the show because no one wanted to pay for their plane tickets if they were going to come over here, and they were going to get all their shows shut down by Antifa, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, I think they need to if they want to make a difference in this world, there's better targets than people who just
than bands. Exactly,
they're bands, and it's not only are they bands, but they're not exactly playing. Not to discredit what these bands do, but it's not like they're playing to stadiums to 50,000 people. You know what I mean?
They're under the radar.
It'd be one thing if they were on the level of Metallica and were hanging swastikas on their war and say kill all this and fuck that. They're bands playing at local venues. They're not inciting any elements of hate. They sing. There's a difference between singing about it and encouraging it. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah,
that's true.
You could sing about something. Maybe it's a history lesson. I mean, I learned a lot about history and stuff like that, and other subject matters through listening to music.
Me too. It's made me want to read certain books and and inquire about certain religions and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Listening to the music that we listen to. You know. And I mean, maybe that's what they're afraid of is, now somebody's going to go pick up somebody's going to go pick up Mein Kampf now. You know what I mean?
Read it. I read it. You should read it.
Yeah,
These things are, part of our history.
My mom read it, and she told me that, in terms of grammar and stuff like that, that book sucked.
Well, I mean,
nobody proofread it.
Well, of course not.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and it was also translated from German to English. And
Ramstein gets a lot of shit because their music is sung in German. And I actually was obsessed with Ramstein since I was 16 years old. And I asked my mom, who's from Germany, to translate these lyrics for me. Not a single song is about Nazism or something like that, but because their music is very marchy, and they sing in German.
They get categorized as that also,
Yeah, but they're not in any. And I just saw them at Jones Beach Theater, and there was nobody protesting against that or anybody bitching or whining.
But it's it's like these kids, doing that. Were they upset when they were going to Marilyn Manson shows as a kid and there were Christians protesting out front? You know what I mean? I'm sure they were. They were like, "Fuck these guys,"
I think this is the era of that.
And that's exactly what's going on. In the 90s,
Christians were. It wasn't just Marilyn Manson. Christians protested against Ramstein. They protest after Columbine happened. 9 Inch Nails got a lot of shit.
Yes.
KMFDM got a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Ramstein, Korn, Slipknot. There's a whole Facebook page of Christians against Slipknot. I think it's the funniest thing ever because they have a song title. If you're 555, I'm 666. And I mean back to
to be a heretic?
I want to slit your throat and fuck the wound. But
whoa, that was a little fucking harsh.
Yeah.
Slipknot. Maybe I should sign up for that Facebook page.
I mean, it's Slipknot is totally campy too. So who's taking that seriously? I guess
Slipknot is.
I guess somebody is.
Slipknot, I've always considered to be my sort of generation of music. Slipknot really, I think, revolutionized metal in the late 90s and early 2000s to have the stage presence that they do and the style of music that they do.
They did bring a big thing to metal. I like the first couple Slipknot records. So the first one and then the self-titled one and then Iowa I thought was really good. After that, they kind of lost me a little bit, but
too much melodic singing.
Yeah, too much melodic singing. But those first couple albums were fucking great.
Yeah. People equal shit, man. Thank you. True story.
Equal
shit.
True fucking
Somebody
story.
made a jazz swing version of that song.
I would love to hear that.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
people equal shit.
When they first came out, they were getting played on SOU all the time. So I was listening to this. I was like, whoa, who the fuck are these guys? And then I saw Slipknot open up for Biohazard, which was totally fucking weird.
That is weird.
And it was like they were cramped on this little stage.
Yeah,
you know
there's
what I mean?
9 of them.
Yeah, but
I wonder how arranging band practice was back in the day when they were starting out.
They were from fucking Iowa, so they had plenty of fucking
hanging
room.
out in the cornfield.
Yeah, they had plenty of room in their practice spaces. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Alex meant trying to get that many people together on a schedule.
oh yeah, well,
What?
Trying to get that many people together on a schedule.
Oh my God! Yeah,
yeah, not easy.
yeah,
So that's the story.
yeah. I mean,
And
People
thank
are-
you
peop-
for your opinion.
yeah, no problem. People are gonna bitch all the time about
People
it.
are going
I
to
think
bitch about everything on both sides.
with this whole thing, I understand that their heart is in the right place, and I'm, totally against all this shit, especially with what recently happened. But I think there's.
I think that's part of the problem is it's really unfortunate timing that
Yeah.
all of that just happened. So now people are looking for things to rally
Yeah,
against.
I think there's
you
better
know.
targets than people who just want to play music and stuff like that. Go to Google on 14th Street on a Sunday if you really want to make it.
Trump's
Saturday.
coming into town. Go stand out in front
He
of
is in
fucking.
town.
He is in
Actually,
town.
I think he's leaving today.
So go stand out in front of Trump Towers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking protest out there. Don't come to Lucky 13 and protest some fucking band that's coming from Mexico that fucking 20 people are
They
going to be
live
here
in
to see.
Texas, actually.
Yeah, well, they're Mexican and they're
They are
fucking
Mexican.
whatever. So they're coming here and fucking, I mean, does it really do you any good to come here? I mean, it's just
I don't
fucking
know. I guess
ridiculous.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And I'm going to be out of
unfortunate.
town, which fucking makes me bonkers.
Thanks for
so.
saying that.
But I'm going to send all my friends.
There's like 70 shows happening on
There's
Saturday.
a lot of shows happening.
Yeah,
on
there's
Saturday,
the
yeah.
Mike Scandato and Humans playing with Sworn Enemy at Brooklyn
A
Bazaar.
lot of
yeah.
shows are happening.
Pansy's doing a sold out
I know
show.
that's happening because my boy Mike from Brick by Brick is playing at that show. So
Oh,
he told
yeah.
me they're all coming here afterwards.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 70 shows happening all on opposite corners of like the fucking town. So it's
Yeah.
like,
But, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah,
actually.
and hey, Manhattan is having a couple shows too for.
Yeah. Well, Gramercy's been having some decent shows.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have-
next Friday, that Cult of Luna and Julie Christmas is playing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
might go to that actually.
You know,
might go- I
Stabbing
might go.
Westward is playing there this
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah, they're playing
How
their
hilarious
show.
is that?
Yeah, one of my favorite local bands is actually opening that show. It's sold out now, actually, but Pansy is opening that show.
Oh yeah, it's funny too because Jason was hitting me up for a while. He kept asking me to come to Pansy shows, and I'm never around. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
they look very interesting. I saw them years ago, but now they have like a whole stage presence, and which I'm kind of
I just had them on my podcast, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and they're great people. Their guitar player DC's also in Kill Code, who's taken off like crazy
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like, Pansy has a lot of cool things happening for them, and they just. I saw them recently, and this is my type of show, but like they were playing with Dope and Combi Christ and
now they're kind of hard rock, right? It's not super
hard
metal.
rock. They have a lot of like that new metal element into it.
All right.
When I saw Dope and Combi Christ, like it's almost felt like I went into a time machine and like when it came out in the early 90s when like Korn and Disturbed and all that shit was becoming huge. They're like around that category. They're really good though.
All right,
And
I
put
gotta
on-
check them out.
Yeah, they just played with John 5 too and stuff like that. They're a really great band. So
right.
Do you want to? So you kind of glossed over why you're having a benefit.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if you wanted to mention that.
yeah, well, Kelsey, who's Jeff's wife, has her brother. Like it happened right after the wedding, kind of, right?
Yeah, it happened July 4th. It happened actually. He went into the hospital on July 4th.
Yeah, he recently just suffered his appendix burst, right? That's basically what happened.
Yeah, his
And-
appendix burst. And then, he's out in fucking middle of bumfuck Kansas. You
Yeah,
know
didn't
what
he
I
have to
mean?
like
So-
get flown to the hospital?
No, well, he went to a clinic first, and then they were like, "Oh, well, he knew I wasn't feeling right, so they were like, oh, well, at least it wasn't your appendix." And then, like 2 hours later, they come back, they're like, "Yeah, it was your appendix. We need to get you to a real hospital we can get operated on right now."
Yeah.
So it was like an hour and a half ambulance ride to the next hospital.
Yeah.
where he had to get operated on, and then after he got operated on, they cleaned him out and all that kind of stuff. Then after the anesthesia wore off, his intestines wouldn't wake up. So he couldn't digest anything. Like it was basically, he was just throwing it up or whatever. So so he was in the hospital for almost a
But
month.
he's doing better now.
He's doing better now. He was in the hospital for almost a month with no health insurance.
Yeah, and medical bills being what they are nowadays.
Yeah.
So all the money, it's $10 for the show September 3rd. I mean, $10, not that much for 6 awesome bands, and
No, it's nothing actually.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
all the money is going to you and Kelsey to donate to your.
We appreciate that very
Yeah.
much. Kelsey appreciates it. Her
Yeah.
brother appreciates it.
So
it's good.
it'll be a fun show. It's also my birthday show, and the best birthday present I could ask for is knowing that I helped somebody. So like,
What a good kid.
What a good kid.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I saw a video of our new bar back, Mike. I
Yes.
don't know if you saw it. It went viral, actually. I think I'm going to post it on the Lucky 13 page, where his girlfriend asked him on his birthday what he wanted to do for his birthday, and he said he wanted to do something nice for people. So they went and bought all this food, and she just filmed him walking around and giving food to homeless people.
Really?
And he was just hugging homeless people and giving them food all day, and that's what he wanted to
Yep.
do on his birthday, and it went viral.
People
So-
like that. I mean, people who do stuff like that. I don't know what it is, but every time I see somebody do something nice for people, even if it's something simple as somebody asking to bum a cigarette and they give it to them, you know what I mean? Like when people do nice things for people, it just restores my faith in
Yeah,
humanity.
the video's so sweet. I'm actually going to post it later. I've been meaning to.
Yeah, post that. I would like to see that.
Very cool.
I mean, we employ Frankie. Frankie's on suspension from the podcast and
Yes,
everything
Frankie's
right now.
on suspension from the podcast because he sucks.
So from now on, when you hear the metal news, the band names will actually be pronounced right.
I don't know about that.
Unless I'm reading it. I don't know.
Epitome. Unless there's a band named Epitome.
I'm ready to see an article on Metal Injection of Igor Cavalera punching
Igor.
somebody in the face because people call him Igor, and it all started with this podcast.
I'll never forget one day me and Jeff were walking down the street in Soho. I used to be an advertising executive, and we walked by Balthazar, which is a really fancy place, and Bono from U2 walks out of Balthazar, and everyone looks shocked, and Jeff goes, "Hey, look, it's Bono." And I'm like, "It's not Bono."
Yeah.
And he just turned around and gave the nastiest look. It was fucking amazing.
You just reminded me of the funniest story that
Hey,
I've
look,
ever
it's
experienced.
Bono.
I went to a performing arts camp actually,
Of course you did.
Yeah, and actually quite a bit of I think Eddie Murray's son went there. Maroon 5, everybody's favorite, found each other. But
Awesome.
Jason Alexander from Seinfeld, his son went to that camp, and every time he walked into a room, everybody just kind of was like a fucking dog, ready to get their belly rubbed, around him. So everybody was saying hi towards him, and I just went to a random person and goes, "Who the fuck is that guy?" And they were like, "That's Jason Alexander's son." I was like, "Who the fuck is Jason Alexander?" And
But really, who cares?
okay, so it's the son of a famous actor, you know what I mean?
Is he even really that famous? Seinfeld?
Sure he is.
I'm just gonna say this now, and I don't, as you know, on my podcast and any podcast, I don't like talking shit. I fucking hate that show.
Yeah, listen, I'm not a huge fucking Seinfeld guy either, but he was good in
What did
Shallow
you do
Hal.
besides Seinfeld?
Shallow Hal.
I don't
Shallow
know,
Hal.
no. I did see him on one episode of Criminal Minds. That was amazing. He was the criminal.
All right. Yeah, he plays like a creepy guy.
He was super fucking creepy. They had him with long gray wavy hair. It
Yeah.
was fucking creepy.
Come on, you never saw him on fucking that movie Shallow Hal?
No, I never even heard of that.
Me neither.
I don't watch television.
I watch movies like crazy. It's the movie with Jack Black and
Of course it's got Jack
Tony Robbins is in it, and Tony Robbins puts a little spell on Jack Black where
God.
he only
Sounds
sees
like your kind of movie.
yeah, well he sees girls with for their personality, not because the way they look, And Jason Alexander is in it, and he's Hal's best friend, and he's got a sprayed on hair, and he's got a little tail. It's hilarious. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, I could sit down and listen to an album front to back, no problem. But I cannot sit down in front of a TV and watch a movie for an hour and a half to 2 hours. My face hurts so much just thinking about it.
Well, you can't sit still, so.
Yeah.
I sit still quite.
It comes
I
with-
sit still depending on how much I drink when I'm hanging out here.
That's true. It comes with age, though, too. When I was a fucking kid, I never
sit
watched.
I can't sit still.
I sit still
Yeah,
with
I
my
guess.
favorite dancers on the bar. You bet your ass on that.
Well,
can't
it's because
sit
you got a
still.
boner and you don't want to fucking
Yeah.
stand up.
That's not true. Come on, man. I'm trying to promote a show here.
Well, everyone hopes you can get a hard on when you
Yeah.
see a beautiful woman, and that you're not going to say that we get 1 star because of,
Imagine you get a one star.
because of all our Butterface strippers.
Yeah.
Butterface? I don't even know that term.
You don't know that term,
Oh,
Butterface?
it means everything's attractive Butterface.
Oh, that's
means they
bullshit.
have an ugly
Yeah.
face.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
Every
total bullshit.
dancer here is
we have
absolutely
such beautiful girls.
Yeah, we do.
And not only are they beautiful, but they're just genuine great people
And
too.
what's cool though is there's different taste for different people.
Yes,
also,
we have a
me
little
and my
bit of
friends stand
everything.
in the corner and fucking rate these girls all the time. And so, well, not
Maybe
rate
you
them.
want to stop.
We
us.
don't rate them.
You hold up cards. I'm
We
gonna give you
don't-
guys cards.
We should. We should.
8,
No, but it's
6.
like, but like one of us at one moment is being like, dude, this girl is so fucking hot, and I'm like, yeah, really? Like, yeah, not my type.
Yeah.
And then the next one comes up,
You're
and I'm like,
oh, this
oh
one's
man,
so
this
hot.
one's fucking hot.
Yeah.
Metal
you
scene,
have the
yeah.
weirdest taste.
Metal scene, nerdy, dirty, inked, and curvy. That's how I like it.
I got good taste.
Yeah. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening to
I
this.
didn't say you have bad taste. I said you
I
have
have weird taste. All right.
Yeah, but to each his own. I mean,
Exactly, to
nobody
each his
likes
own.
my taste in music, but
Well, obviously I do. The bands that you like are pretty
Are more
big.
popular. I think some of the bands you like are certainly more popular than some of the bands I like. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I
If
don't.
you
I
go
don't think
by that-
I don't think popularity equals talent in any way, shape, or form.
I
you
don't.
know,
But
like,
if you, but I'm saying that there are people who like the music that you like. It just isn't me.
yeah, and like I said, I love Cannibal Corpse and Behemoth and Goat Whore and like all these heavy bands. But if it wasn't for like bands like Breaking Benjamin or Disturbed or Avenged Sevenfold or
What the
Linkin
hell is
Park,
Breaking Benjamin? What the hell is that?
I've heard of it. I don't
The
know what it
Diary
is.
of Jane. Like if I had
What
to make
is
if I
that?
had to make a Captain Hot Topic freaking compilation record, that would be the intro song, The Diary of Jane.
Oh my god!
I don't know what it is either. I've heard the name
Breaking
before.
Benjamin. First of
Yeah.
all, what a terrible name. It's almost
it's
as
an
bad as
awful-
Pants Exploder.
What about Papa Roach? Like bands like that,
Oh
like
my god! Stop! You gotta stop.
Yeah.
so much.
Didn't Jeff see you outside of Papa Roach?
Yes.
Listening
yeah,
party.
Listening
I,
party.
I almost went in too,
Jesus
and I was like, I
Christ.
didn't realize what was going on. Like I bumped in it, whatever. Yeah.
But it was bands like that.
Holy
Like
shit.
when I first heard Lamb of God, I was just like, I can't stand this. And now they're one of my favorite bands of all time. And it all started with Linkin Park. Then it started with bands like Disturbed, and then Avenged Sevenfold,
Right, you
and
gotta
then
get broken in a
Killswitch
little bit.
Engage, and then it moved forward. Now I like shit as heavy as Behemoth, and I love a lot of hardcore. Like a lot of people give my generation shit for that, but like to me, it's just like
Listen, you got to start somewhere, and
Gotta start
you know what I
somewhere.
mean. Like, I started out when hair metal was big. So, the first albums I bought was Quiet Riot, Twisted Sister, Rat. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. So those were my Linkin Parks and all that kind of crap. You know
yeah,
what I
and I
mean?
mean,
But we had, but I feel like it was just, it's so different.
but you outgrew it though, right? Like to me, I still.
necessarily.
I still have a soft spot
Yeah,
for
of
Twisted
course.
Sister and fucking
The
and those
first,
bands. You know
the
what I mean?
first vinyl that I ever got, someone gave it to me actually, was Iron Maiden Killers. Someone thank you, Ronnie Grossman, wherever you are. She saw, in junior high school, she saw the cover of the album Killers, and for some reason she thought of me, which is incredibly scary because we were in junior high school.
Yeah.
And she gave that to me. We were in, I guess, 7th grade, and it was the first album I ever had. So, of course, like, anything that really was the first beginning of you listening to metal, even if it's something like Twisted Sister, which I like some Twisted Sister,
Yeah.
it's always going to be dear to your heart no matter what it is.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know?
I have a brother who's 9 years older than me, and he would always play like Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses and Skid Row and bands like that. And I remember being in like kindergarten class singing like "Smoking in the Boys' Room."
There you go.
But like,
Yeah.
but my first take, I remember playing a racing game and Avenged Sevenfold's music came on, and I was like, "This is the coolest shit ever," and it all just kind of took off from there. And then I discovered Lacuna Coil, and that's kind of when I feel like I got baptized in the world of metal and stuff like that.
I'll fucking baptize you.
I would be incredibly honored.
Baptized.
And I mean, hey, you saw me at the hardcore shows here. I mean, I could bring it.
Alex can bring it. Alex can bring
JD
it.
calls him Somersaulting Sally.
That's one of the many nicknames I have, but I
Yes.
think Captain Hot Topic is the
Yes.
best
Yeah,
one.
That's the
and
best
JD
one.
came up with that one also, I think, right?
No, it was me.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah, JD came up with Hot Topic Alex, but
Yes.
it just sounded like too. It was too easy, and then and then you came up with Captain Hot Topic, and I was just like, hell yeah.
I don't know where the Hot Topic come from though, because it's not like he's wearing bondage pants
Yeah,
and
but he
Misfits
likes all
shirts.
this like crap
When I was in
bands, or
high
the
school,
bands they sell the
when I was in
t-shirts
high
of.
school, my closet looked like Hot
Of
Topic.
course
yeah,
it did.
all right.
Like,
Listen to what he listens to.
I mean, when I was
You've seen him come in here with makeup on, right?
Yeah, that's true.
a corpse paint.
So you had the big baggy pants and
No, when I was in high school, the big fashion.
That's him.
When I was in high school, the biggest thing was the scene kid sort of era. So bands like
Spooky Kids,
like you probably never heard of these bands, but like Black Veil Brides, Bullet for My Valentine, Asking Alexandria, Bless the Fall, Attack, Bring Me the Horizon, like all these types of bands. So the fashion was like skinny jeans, like about like 1,000 freaking wristbands on your wrist.
Right.
Everybody had at least 1 or 2 hair extensions of different colors that did not go together.
See, it's kind of like the 80s, you know what I mean? When we were growing up.
No, I consider Asking Alexandria to be like my glam metal, you know what I mean? Because it had the same imagery, it had the same subject matter in a way, maybe a little more emotional, but...
And, you know, and the 80s guys went to be more pretty, and the guys, you know, in your generation, I guess, went to be a little more dark.
No, that's exactly what it was. And it was all, people had it's funny, when I was in high school, we had what I called suffering contests. Because I grew up in the freaking, like, typical, like, privileged suburban town. Like, nobody there was freaking getting killed or axed every freaking day. So, you know, you hear one kid go, oh, I failed my test today. Well, I failed 3 tests today. My mom wouldn't give me money to go buy this shit. Well, I got fired from my job. Like, it was just like suffering, like the sob stories of freaking
suburbia.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have to say that, you know, emotions are real.
Yeah, they are.
And if you don't know, because someone once said to me, like, oh, you've been through hell, you probably don't think that anybody, like, has ever had any kind of bad thing happen to them. But I do understand that your experience is your experience. So if your experience is like, your mom was mean to you a couple of times and like it fucked you up, that's valid. That's as valid as the awful stuff that happened to me if that made you feel the same way. Do you know what I mean?
I've learned that everybody, no matter where you come from, no matter how much money you have, no matter how you were raised, where you grew up, everybody suffers and goes through trials and tribulations one way or another. Some more than others, definitely. You know, like, I don't think...
And some can handle it better than
And
others.
some can handle it better.
Yeah.
You know, it all depends on how you were raised and stuff like that. Like, you know, my dad is a real tough guy. He raised me to kind of, you know, like, learn to let shit roll off my back easier. But, you know, coming from my mom's side that experienced the worst genocide in the world, you know, we are a little more sensitive to certain things. So I was able to kind of see both sides on how people handle certain things and stuff like that.
Let's do the news.
On that note, it just got very grim.
Yeah.
Can I have some of your drink?
Oh, would you like some of my drink?
May I have some of your drink?
All right. How far do you go
Want to
back?
drink it out of the meat
Do you just-
straw?
Like whatever's been on last week, because we didn't do the news last week.
Yeah, we didn't. We missed last week.
Wow, I'm just reading this. Dead Cross, which is a super group featuring Mike Patton and Dave Lombardo.
Yes,
Members were arrested last night and released from police custody this afternoon. I'm seeing them in
what?
September.
For what?
Let me read. Dead
What'd
Cross.
they do?
Dead Cross got into some trouble in Texas. The band led by Mike Patton and drummer Dave Lombardo ran into some trouble with police. Not much has been said as why they were stopped or arrested, but they just got released today.
Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on that story.
What
Yeah,
happened
I'll be
there?
seeing them in September 12th at Gramercy Theater.
Nice.
Les Claypool talks about his audition in Metallica, and he thinks he would have been kicked out if he got accepted and joined.
Yeah, well, did you ever see did you ever see him audition? Like they had that.
I didn't see the video of him auditioning, but I
there a
know that he
video of
did
him
audition.
Yeah, there's a video of it. I'm pretty sure there's a video of it.
Him auditioning for Metallica?
Yeah.
Yeah, he auditioned for Metallica.
But I mean,
right
there's
after
a
Cliff
video
died.
of the
I'm pretty sure there's a video of it.
I
Yes.
would love to see that.
Yeah.
I never.
And what happened? They said he wasn't good enough? Because that would be
Well, they
ridiculous.
were like, have you ever played metal before? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure there's a video of it.
Because that's not considered... Because Metallica is considered more metal than Primus?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
I watched a documentary on it, and they like said he was too good. It just didn't kind of fit in. I mean,
That's what I would think, that his technique is too advanced to be... He's a bass-driven bassist.
Yeah.
So Metallica is not a bass-driven band.
Yeah.
So
but Jason
it would
Newsted
almost
came
not
from
make
Flotsam and
sense.
Jetsam, which is fairly different, right?
It's different, but it's not a
still thrash metal
bass-driven
also.
band, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't even really hear Jason Newsted's fucking,
Yeah.
bass on the earlier albums that he, like Injustice for All and stuff like that. You can't really hear Jason Newsted's bass all that well.
I saw it as art exhibition, which was awesome.
Yeah, I saw your pictures.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Met him. My parents met him too, which was
Oh, Jesus. Now it's getting dark.
I love fucking Primus though.
I know you do.
I never really listened to them. I mean, I know I've heard good things about them. That's one band that I really feel like I should sort of.
They've covered some Metallica songs actually, and they're fucking great. And I mean, the original guitar player, the guitar player for Primus used to be in Venom.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Derek took me to see Primus.
I'm seeing Venom INC.
Venom Inc.
Yeah,
Venom Inc.
Venom Inc. in September with Goat Whore.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. September 2nd. Actually,
Yeah.
that's the night before.
Yeah,
your
I'll be
birthday.
there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Primus live?
Great. They were great.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, I've never.
I appreciate bands live that I might not actually listen to on record, like
Yeah.
at home. I definitely like to go see certain bands live that I wouldn't go sit home and listen to. So they're not a band I listen to, but
Right.
seeing them live was awesome.
Yeah, there's some bands that are better off seeing live than to listen to.
Like
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, great live show. Not listening to them at home, right?
Oh, California.
Not that I've seen them in 1,000 years.
Californication
but-
was one of my first albums.
I like Californication. I think it's a great album. I like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Help me win an argument with my boss. Do you prefer Californication over Blood Sugar Sex Magic?
No,
Ooh, that's a tough one.
no.
I don't know. Like, honestly, Californication had a fucking soft spot with me because, I was listening. Like, I mean, at the time, it wasn't iPods; it was fucking CDs. You know what I mean?
I'm thankful that I remember those days at least.
Yeah. And so I remember
You have a Discman?
I was doing a lot of driving at that point, and what year did that come out? 96?
99. I was 6 years old when that record came out.
Was it 99 that late?
Yeah.
I remember I was driving
It
a
was
lot.
kind of late.
It was 99, but it was like November.
Are you
so,
sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't like 2000?
You want me to pull up Wikipedia?
Yeah.
All right.
Pull
hold
it
on.
up.
I think that it's.
'Cause-
I think it was in the late 90s. I think he probably is right.
Yeah, I just remember I was kind of half living out of my car at the time. I think.
Yeah.
And
Wasn't
I
it
was
when you and what's your face broke up?
when I when I broke up with.
Guess when I met you in 2000.
Yeah, so I guess maybe it was. And I was in my car all the fucking time. I was sleeping in my car,
Yeah,
whatever.
I know.
June
So-
8th, 1999.
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay, so it was. So I was
yeah.
I was sleeping in my car and shit, and I was like living out of my car for the most part, and I only had a few CDs with me in the car, not jam packed in my trunk with fucking the rest of my shit, and I listened to that album over and over and over, and like I don't know, it has a soft spot for me. But also, Blood Sugar Sex Magic came out when I was a senior in fucking high school. So
Damn, I don't think I was even a fucking sperm when that
no,
record
I was
came out.
1992. Right? I think it came out in 92.
I was born in 93, so.
There you go. So I like, and that was kind of a monumental moment also. So I like that
The
album.
year I started stripping, 1992.
Oh yeah.
Damn. I wish I was born 10 years. Should I go to the next story?
Next story.
We would love the next story.
Hatebreed is planning. Fuck yes, I love Hatebreed. Is planning an anniversary tour of playing both of their first two records. Satisfaction is the Death of Desire, and Perseverance in its entirety.
Really, I would totally go to
Interesting.
see that. I might even
interesting.
get in the pit for that one.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Old
my
man
god.
Jeff in the pit.
Yeah.
Hatebreed is on my bucket list.
Those
What
are my
happens-
two favorite albums of theirs.
I was at a Hatebreed show once, and I was near the pit because sometimes I can't see unless I'm like in the back of the pit. It was at Irving Plaza. Were
Did
at
you
that
go to Hatebreed with me at Tramps?
I don't know.
I saw Hatebreed at
I
Tramps
don't
one time.
remember.
Jamie Josta, I totally
I've seen
rip
them
off
a
your
couple
podcast.
times.
What's that?
I totally rip off Jamie Josta on my podcast so much. Like his podcast is what inspired me to start my own.
I just remember, like, I didn't know Ralph all that well back then because
Yeah.
it was a really long time ago. And I remember being near the back of the pit and somebody kicked me in the stomach. And I know it wasn't on purpose. It was just kind of like, it was just mayhem. It was fucking Hatebreed, you know what I
Right,
mean?
cartwheels
and I
and shit.
turn around and I see Ralph literally pick up that guy and just fucking throw him. Ralph just happened to see what happened. And I was like, oh,
Yeah, I mean, the
thank
crowd
you.
killing thing is getting a little. I was just at Summer Slaughter, and like, it was getting out of hand with the
I hate the crowd killing
Don't
shit.
kick people in the face. It's
Don't,
like,
don't jump in the crowd and hit people if they don't want to be hit. If they're
Yeah,
standing on the
it's
edge, they don't want to get
fucking
crowd killed.
ridiculous,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
And it doesn't exactly take a genius. I remember one time I accidentally injured somebody while crowd surfing, and I felt like shit about it for like a month.
I remember you wouldn't stop talking about it. He's got so much Jewish guilt.
Come on, but like, I mean,
I don't know what's worse.
I'm your bartender. I'm the one that hears all this
Jewish
shit.
guilt or Catholic guilt? I don't know.
I
What's
think
fucking
Jewish guilt
worse.
is worse
I
than
think it is
Catholic
worse.
guilt.
I don't
Yeah.
know. We got to make a game show about that.
Because you guys just go and say some fucking Hail Marys and whatever, and it's all gone.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't now.
We should make a game show out of that, where like the host reads a certain scenario, and
And
you
see
write.
who's more yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we can bring our moms in too, because our moms is the one.
Should
that,
bring both your moms in and
our
see.
moms is the one that did
Take
this
a
to
shot
us.
every
You know
time
what I mean?
somebody says "oy vey."
Yeah, we're gonna bring the Catholic mom in in the Jewish mob,
Yeah,
man.
that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
And let them choose scenario. Which would make you feel worse? That's how we could choose. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Eating a pig.
I'm down.
or-
Eating a pig. Well, that would make me feel worse.
Yeah, you actually accidentally ate pork, or forgot to bring money for the
Committed adultery.
the donation box
Come
for the basket.
That'll be awesome. I mean, I eat bacon almost every day, and I don't feel any guilt about it at all.
That's
so
why you're so healthy.
yeah, exactly, exactly. This is an awesome headline. Devin Townsend recalls his first prostate exam, as one does.
Oh, did he write a song about it?
Let's find out.
I remember my first prostate exam.
So do I.
I think I might have given it to you.
Could you please describe such an experience?
Yeah, she's got little fingers.
I don't think he wants me to describe that.
She's got little fingers.
Back in March, Devin Townsend told the world about the time he quite literally shoved Jay Leno's phone up his ass. And,
Awesome.
And now it's August and is back with another butt story, although he doesn't involve phones. Instead, Devin tells us about his first prostate exam. He says, in quotes, "The first time I went to a prostate exam, it was a lady doctor. I felt really insecure about it because I don't want her to stick her finger up my bum. But then she said, 'Have you ever had a prostate exam?' I was like, 'No.' And then within 30 seconds, I bent over the stool and she had her finger up my ass. It was all okay, and then there was no problem. And she said, 'I peed a lot. I'm getting because I'm high strung,' which is probably hard to believe, but this is getting disgusting.
I'm like, what is happening there?
I don't know.
There's something wacky
I
happening
love
there.
Devin Townsend, but god damn.
Really wacky.
Devin Townsend's out of his mind.
Yeah, he's out of his mind.
There's some things that are just better left unsaid.
Yeah.
Like half of the shit that's talked about.
I have a
Yeah,
dancer
exactly.
calling out for tonight. It's just constantly happening to me. I'm booking dancers 7 days a week right now. So
Well,
this is
that's
like
good.
a nightmare. It's not good.
It's good.
It takes hours.
Yeah.
I don't have hours
You're the responsible one.
for this shit.
I mean, there's a lot of stories. I don't think it would be good if we. Should I just do one more?
Do one more.
Do a couple more. But
Yeah,
find some
pick
like
something good.
pick something good. There was a good one on Metal Sucks I saw that I actually meant to print out.
Metal
And
Sucks and Metal Injection usually share the same.
They
like,
do. So it might be on Metal Injection also.
I mean, did you know who it was regarding?
No, I don't remember. Just kind of yell out some stories and we'll
Yell out some
We'll pick the
stories.
story.
Let's see.
What we want to hear about.
Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but Guar announced 2017.
Yeah, that's all right. We don't
Yeah,
have to announce
but I'm
Guar.
going to another show that day that's a million times better, a local show.
Guar is fucking awesome to see live.
Yeah, but they don't have their original singer anymore. It's,
Well, what are they gonna do? Prop him up on the fucking stage?
Well, this was my argument about Slayer that you were arguing against, that they're Slayer now.
Yeah, but Guar has masks on, so I don't even know what's going
Oh,
on.
Jesus.
Yeah, but
I
like,
do miss Odoris's voice though.
I mean, people argue about lineup changes all the time. The Sepultura arguments get freaking heated sometimes and
yeah,
stuff like
well,
that.
we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. I'm looking for like something. This is kind of a sad one, but heard about that band Adrenaline Mob with the bus.
Oh yeah, she's still in the hospital, right?
Yeah. She's still in the burn unit,
Yeah.
and the trucking company is to be held accountable.
Yeah, they
Well,
better
good.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the story. If that guy was
Not
freaking,
that that fucking makes it any better.
She was a beautiful
though.
girl too, man. She's burnt like 70% of her body or something like
yeah,
that.
and the freaking bass player got killed. They played in New York City the day of your wedding, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they played in New York City at the studio at Webster Hall, June 17th.
All right.
And yeah, that whole thing is a tragedy right there. And I mean, bus accidents have been a lot more common. It happened to Candiria. It happened to Metallica. It happened to Baroness. It happened to
Sick of It All.
Sick of It All, Dillinger Escape Plan. It's been happening to too many bands lately. I've noticed either they've been getting into bus accidents or been getting robbed.
Who's getting
Well,
robbed?
robbed is happening constantly. People's equipment is constantly getting robbed. That's a constant problem.
Yeah,
You
getting
gotta
robbed
watch
too,
where
going
you
home all the
park
time.
your van. You gotta make sure it's somewhere safe. If you have all your equipment in there.
Yeah. And last but not least, I think we'll end with the Metallica thing. But producer Metallica's Injustice for All apologizes for how bad it sounds.
This is the.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead, finish that. I'm sorry because I found this story.
Metallica, the producer of Metallica's Injustice for All, apologizes for how bad it
Who
sounds.
thinks it
Yeah, but
sounds
you
bad?
can't hear any bass on
Well,
it.
that's true.
I don't know. But
Find this article This is a good fucking article. Maybe he should apologize because I was upset by that.
Oh my God.
Pro-Trump rally set to clash with Juggalo March in Washington, D.C.
Oh yes, I did read about
Holy
that.
fucking shit.
That was the one
But
that I
this
wanted
isn't
to
their
fucking
first
go on.
time marching on DC, is it?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, even with a guy whose name is Captain Hot Topic and will openly admit to liking some bands that most people at hardcore black metal shows are not particularly fans
You're not a
of.
juggalo.
No, absolutely not.
Because that's outrageous.
Whoop, whoop.
And I freaking like Limp Bizkit
Come on.
for crying out loud.
Come
But
on.
I just,
Yeah.
Stop.
it's funny. I saw OTEP play at the studio at Webster Hall, and right above it was Insane Clown Posse playing. And oh my God, it was like a war zone.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
This is awesome, though. So they're storming the National Mall. Is the Juggalo March, a collective ICP fans, equal treatments. We have first blah, 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 blah. See, I'm not a good newscaster
You're
either.
not. I hear a lot of and blah blah blah.
Yeah, but you still pronounce the names right.
Except epitone.
Well, I'm sure there'll be another word that'll come up that he doesn't know.
Yeah, no.
Definitely happens.
Yeah. When I met Igor Cavalieri, do you know how badly I wanted to call him Igor?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and they spelled his name wrong on the ticket too. Actually,
Did they? What they spell?
They spelled it with 2 G's.
Oh, yeah?
Igor.
Igor? Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. So,
Jeez.
I was going to make a bad joke.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah. You can say it because
No, because
you're
I'm
fucking
because
18% black.
I'm African.
Yeah. 18% she's got now. She thinks she can say the N words.
wow.
I'm
Yeah.
Nigerian.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I had my DNA tested.
Yeah, every time I took a DNA test, it overloaded because I have like 75 different heritages.
I don't think it
yeah?
overloaded.
I mean,
It just came back and said Jew.
well, most of my
Capital J.
ancestors are from
Yeah.
countries that don't exist anymore. So, like,
But it'll tell you like Iberian Peninsula.
I mean,
You know
no,
what I
most
mean?
of it is from modern, like Prussia, which is like Germany, Poland,
Right.
parts of Russia, like.
But like mine came back and it was kind of all over the place. And mine, a lot of it said Eastern European. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
a lot of European
Which is what
descent.
mine says because I'm Romanian.
Yeah.
That's my biggest section is Eastern European.
My biggest was Italian and Greek and then
Yeah, of course.
European.
Interesting.
Yeah, my mom's from
Eastern,
Germany. so-
though.
Yeah.
Really?
I think. I don't fucking remember.
I don't think so. I don't think you have any Eastern
No, it was
European.
European.
Yeah, you have
Like
European.
British.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I had
That's the West.
I had a great. Yes, that's true.
By the way.
You're right. So I had a European. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I mean, my mom is from Germany, so I'm like 25% just pure kraut. But but my her father's from Poland, and it's so complicated. It's like,
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, alrighty. We'll start winding this shit down.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
September 3rd,
September
come
3rd,
for his
you
birthday
guys
show.
know that you have off the next day because it's Labor Day.
Yeah.
So Sunday night, the night before Labor Day is.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Alex's
fun
show.
time. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, come down.
And even if
support.
you don't give a shit, come down, give $10.
Yeah, it's
For
it's a charity show.
Kelsey's
it's for a
brother.
good cause. You know, let's just enjoy metal, whiskey, and dancers.
Help out my brother-in-law.
Shay.
It's my brother-in-law now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was Kelsey's stripper named Shay?
I don't know. Do
That's
we have to get into that now?
Strange, yeah. It just struck me
We're not
that
getting
that's
into
her
that.
brother's
That's like
name.
the boy named Sue
We had,
in
we had,
reverse.
I don't like to discuss our business on the
After what happened last time.
last time.
Yeah.
But me and her had a talk about like
About that?
when we first got together.
Yeah. Her
and
name was Shay.
Her stage name was Shay, and
Yeah.
I was like, and then I found out her brother's name
Yeah.
was Shay.
And you were like,
and I was like,
that's strange.
I was like, that's weird. You need to change it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's like the boy
creepy.
named Sue, kind
Yeah.
of.
No, it's creepy.
Yeah, it was weird.
So I was wondering
But listen,
what
I
happened
know
there.
my ex, she took her father's name as a stage name as a stripper.
Ew.
Yeah.
So what
What
were
is
people
wrong
calling?
with these people you go out with?
I don't know.
You should write a book.
Jeff. What's wrong? And
I
Jeff
thought
only dates strippers and dancers.
Well, I thought
PS.
well, she doesn't do that. My lovely wife does not do that anymore.
I don't do it anymore either.
She's
but
respectable.
I did
You should put
as
down
well.
Alger
That's
because
true,
Long
I
time
did.
start
ago.
writing your own.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I could
You
write a
only
book.
date strippers.
I could write a book
Strippers,
too. I've been through a lot.
dominatrixes,
Yeah.
and
That's it.
I guess
and
so.
crazy
And
bitches.
crazy. The Greek was nothing of those sorts, but she was just fucking batshit. Alrighty, Alex.
On that
On that
note,
note,
yeah, thank you.
Captain Hot Topic.
thank you, Captain.
Thank you, Captain.
See
What
you
else you
around.
got to promote real quick?
You could just check out some new, Heavy NYC. It just promotes a bunch of shows that are happening throughout the New York City metal scene, whether it be here or Vitus.
Are you going to do like news and stuff like that on there? Updates, reviews, all that kind of stuff?
Not yet. I'm trying to. We just recently started like getting. We got a lot of national acts to interview. Like I can't say who's up and coming yet,
Okay.
but we had Dragon Force, we had Logan Mader, who was the founding member of Machine Head. We had a lot of awesome national acts. Revocation was on it. So we plan on getting a lot more national acts and stuff like that to interview. But if you want to check out Heavy.NYC, we have podcast episodes of...
Yeah, check out the Heavy New York podcast. It's great.
Yeah, Jeff was a guest on it.
I
I
was.
want Melody as a guest on it so badly, please.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Come in here early on a Wednesday and fucking
Yeah.
bang it out before you do this. We do this podcast if you can.
Yeah, if you're
It's
totally
like, I
willing.
just don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, next month I'm at a show every single day.
Next Wednesday, I'm not doing. We're not doing a podcast next week.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have to deal with this one
Yeah.
until then.
Alex, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for listening, people.
Listen to the Heavy New York podcast. Listen to Brooklyn Blast Furnace podcast. Come to Lucky 13 Saloon at 644 2nd Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11217.
And fuck you if you give us a 1-star Yelp review. You can eat my asshole.
Yeah, because we are going to respond back to you, Mr.
Yeah.
David Medea,
Yeah,
or
you're
whatever
gonna hear
the
it.
fuck your name
You're
is.
gonna hear it.
You fucking
Fuckface.
You and your fucking ugly girlfriend. Later.